carbon on it. I'm not really sure, but I mean, I think it's got pretty low hours on it, so I think it's that compression release because
My SS12's been doing it, a 69.
2 or 3 of mine do that, and I don't know. I just never tore an engine down and got into that yet.
Yeah, I haven't done that far either.
I put a solenoid on one of mine because I find that gives it a lot more juice than just running through the key does.
That's easy to flip it over a little
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, I think these switches, when it goes directly to the switch, is harder than switches.
Yeah.
So you may have a point there.
Because then you get like, you know, I don't know, thick battery cable coming off to the
Yes.
solenoid and then right to the starter generator.
Right, right.
It makes the charging a little funky, but
That may be the answer, unless, you know, like you said, it could be that switch or the compression release or whatever.
I got a couple that do that too. Like my 69, you can hear it run and then it changes tone as it gets running. Like it, you know.
yeah.
Right, plus if you were to turn it over by hand, it's just a lot more than the
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah.
So,
You can feel it catch.
right, so maybe that's, you know,
So I've been starting mine with a rope. Was it started? I thought starter generator was weak, but maybe it's just the compression release in that one.
it could be.
Well,
This,
it's gonna clean up all the wiring and everything anyway, so.
so this one I could never drive in the winter just because you have that extra toughness now.
Yeah.
And to put a plow on it would be really tough, but I may cut the grass with it this year because when it gets
Oh,
hot,
sweet.
it's not like it's a big problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And then that one over there, I found locally, and this thing's like all original. I mean, as far as like the fuel pump, fuel lines, everything, and
It's kind of like a 69 and a half, Rooney.
Yeah, remember we were talking about that up at
It's
Bear?
got different parts from 69 and 70.
It's the hoods, remember? The ones up at Baraboo, they have the red sides and the.
right. So it's a 70 insert on the side, but a 69 front. So I'm not really sure about that, but
I've seen a lot more than just, you know.
like mix and match. Type
Yeah,
of thing.
That's the same steering wheel that's on my SS16, but every other one has this type of steering wheel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Or that 3-spoke one.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I always liked that about his.
So, but this one, when I bought it, the guy said, "Well, you know, this thing sounded like the motor was just going to let loose. Like there's got to be a knock or something." And I just never got into it. Yeah, I just kind of parked it in the corner, and I never tried starting it or anything.
Oh, well, then, you know what we're going to do
So-
tomorrow.
Make it
Well-
down the chewies, put it in the line.
So it could be that infamous carburetor screw that falls in the piston,
I had that.
or maybe just the rod knock, the typical Tecumseh that it's
Yeah.
so violent now that, you know.
Yeah.
But I never really tore it down and looked into it. But
I've had belt squads knocks before. I have a 68 or 67 12 that's got a chunk missing out of the belt. And when
Oh.
that thing runs, it sounds something awful.
banging.
Yeah, it's like,
I got that on my SS12 right
Yeah.
now. I just figured that out.
I wish it was that easy, just about.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but.
So, Dave,
Right.
remember the hydro with the new old stock carb and it just spits out the gas?
Yeah.
We took the spring out and it runs like a champ.
Oh.
For the float,
Right.
and it goes against defies
Yeah,
logic.
that little
but-
spring that's
Yeah.
so hard to get in there, and you kind of got to work at it for like 20 minutes to kind of get it set right where you want it.
Yeah.
So I got your spring, but it works. Works
we have
great.
to do a head gasket on it. Like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, the head gasket was hard because we had to pull the engine and pull it forward.
Right, and then you got this bracket. There you go.
Yeah, and the thing is that
I'll point you at
the
that's the
shroud
one.
on these ones, the shroud comes like up halfway to the head, but on the replacement one, it goes like here. So, you know, you can do one of these in the tractor without pulling the motor or anything. Because I have
I think I know.
my 67 is the same way.
Okay, like this
The
one.
same way as this. Yeah,
Right.
you could do this in the tractor without moving the motor around, but
Okay.
because of the way this affects that other
It's
shroud
it's
on
like that
his,
one, right?
Yeah,
That one was way up there.
yeah.
Yeah, or it could be like this one. I think the 70s have a little bit different. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's the one you're talking
Yeah,
about,
more
right?
like that. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. And we had to slide the whole engine forward, and it was way more complicated than it needed to be.
More complicated than this one.
Yes.
Oh, it's got the hubcaps on it too.
Thanks.
I love the Stiller too.
Yeah, that was
So cool.
something that, you know, I'm like, well, that's pretty cool, you know, and
I love the shifter that.
yeah.
I had one with that, yeah.
So yeah, that's the
That
same
what
thing
James
up
put on
close.
the
And
street
Yeah.
That was sweet.
then you got the cap with the
Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
fuel
man.
level and all that, so.
That's so cool. They
And
used
the
to make
grill
stuff
that
so
matches
cool.
the 68.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably sauces. That's so cool.
My boss would love one. He's an old line guy.
Yeah, I've got that one. I got a couple more in the basement and stuff. And
We used to be a Homeland dealer like way back in the day.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That was your steal.
Steel is steel.
So that's my like shelf of Suburban parts.
Gotta have that.
And then I got some parts tractors and stuff like that too. So
Take all the pretty tins off of that engine and put it on one of them if they're good. Have something that's good internally if that one winds up blowing up.
yeah, the one on the left is off a 66, and there's something wrong with that engine. The one on the right, that came off a log splitter actually.
Oh, really?
So, it runs. There's no knocks in it. But it runs, but it's tired. So those aren't like ready to go. Just bolt on. They have to be gone through or that kind of a thing. But
Yeah, we should get them out tomorrow and fire them up. When's the last time they ran?
this one's
Do.
due. Yeah. Yeah. What, a year and a half? Again, this one.
So
Absolutely.
And then this one, I've never started it.
we're setting a
Never
Guinness
tried to.
Book of World Record with cold starts. So we're coming over here after mine.
Look how nice that deal for
We got 3 done today.
Oh, yeah. Well, what happened? I think it could have been nicer, but the guy parked it outside for like a year or two, and then that's how it gets a little rust going on the hood and that kind of a thing. It's kind of too bad, but
I'm in the process of converting one of my Suburbans to a 3-cylinder diesel.
okay.
And my buddy's house that we're doing it at, his dad's got 2 AMXs.
Right.
He's got like a 69 and a 70. One of them is all done up,
Mhm.
500 horse.
I have a 70 outside. I'll show you. And when you take these covers off and kind of match them, one's more like this one's more of a greenish,
Yeah.
and the other one's more like a light blue.
Yeah.
So there is a difference. I don't know. It may be coated the same, and maybe they kind of tweaked the formula or something, or it happened by accident or whatever. Who knows?
That
Change
72
supplier.
faded more blue than the other one. They faded more green.
So
Yeah.
Look at the seat on that one in the back there.
I know,
Rooney?
That's so awesome. That's original too, right? 69.
I've seen those seats as far as like catalogs, more like the 71, 72 SS had that seat. So I don't know if that's a replacement or the original. I'm not really sure about that.
Getting good, some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. That's so nice. I got one, but it's covered in duct tape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to find a nice one.
Yeah.
I do have a couple more of these original seats with tin.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking about finding like an upholstery shop and
Yeah.
have like a few of them made up. If they can have, because I think it'd be cheaper if you have like 3 or 4 of them made up,
Yeah.
or maybe even more.
Gotta do the material anyways.
And then if you can get like a bulk of them, maybe you could sell them on eBay or whatever.